So I found this on Facebook Marketplace, brand new or rebuilt. Some guy sold it to me out of South Jersey. It's the exact TRW that goes in this car. You see that? Oh, by the way, welcome back to the channel. Good to have you. There it is right there. The only difference I see is this bracket here. The way, you see how it's a little tighter here? The way it mounts up, it's almost the same. This one's just a little bit wider. So maybe it's for a different car, not sure. I know that he said he had a big block and it didn't fit, but the pump is the same. And so this one here has been leaking for years. So every time I park it, I have to put this tray under here, this oil tray. And look at that. This is, I don't know how long it's been here, a couple weeks. But yeah, if not, I have a mess on the floor, so won't have to do that anymore. This one here, I tested it, and as you can see, it's filled with transmission fluid. I use Type F. It's filled to the top, and it did not leak from the seal here or in the rear. So this one is good. And what I'll do is, I do have a kit to rebuild this one. I just don't have the tools to do it, to pull this off. I understand that we can go ahead and rent it from AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts, but I think it's easier for me to just swap it out and get it done. I'll keep that one, and when I have a chance, I'll rebuild it. Also, this cap, I filled it once and I forgot to tighten the cap, and the cap fell off on the highway. I went back 3 times looking for it, couldn't find it. It was the original cap. So I went to the auto parts store. I found this oil cap for a Chevy, a small block Chevy, and it doesn't leak. It's on there. Let me see if I can get it off. You see what I did to make it fit? Yep, I cut it up, twisted the ends, and got it to fit in there. It works. But this one comes with a cap. Original looking, not sure if it is, but it looks original. Anyway, it'll work. So yeah, let's get this started. Let me get some tools and we'll swap this out. See you in a minute. Alright, I have some tools out. Okay, so I did shut down the circuit breaker in case I hit that power line there. Don't want to burn myself or the car. Oh boy, it's on there. Oh yeah, that's on there. There we go. Come on, watch it leak. Nope, maybe it's empty. Put it over here somewhere. All right. Weights. That's loose. Also, this is a new line. Not that there was anything wrong with the original, but it just looked old. So I replaced it. You know what? Hold on. I know these lights are pulsating. Let me shut them down. Now I can't see. All right, let me get a light ready and we'll get back in there. Okay, that'll do for now. I need to get a real drop light. But hopefully it's not pulsating. These LEDs, they tend to pulsate when you record. So let's loosen this up. Hopefully it doesn't leak antifreeze. We'll find out. Maybe I should loosen these because it'll be easier to loosen these two here while it's mounted on here. If I can get a wrench in there. All right. At least if I can get it just loose enough. Where if I put it on the table, it'd be a lot easier. Come on. No, I can't get this in there. All right. Well, let's get the rest of these off. Ah, she dropped it right away. Nice. Oh, maybe that'll help me out. Let's see. That was easy. Just get it loose enough. Easy. Let's see, how can I get to this one? I can't get to it. Let me try a 1/2 inch socket. I think that's all. It's just these two, really, to get this off. Yep, that's all it is. All right, you know what? Let me get it off, put it on the bench, and then we'll compare them. All right, so I got the power steering pump out. It was fairly easy, just really these two bolts here on the water pump just gets it right off. And look at the mess on that white block. So this is all from the power steering just leaking for the last 2 years. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna wash all this down, and whatever needs to be repainted, I'll repaint, make it look like new again. And then we'll install the new power steering pump. But here it is. This is what it looks like, side by side. Now, from what I understand, I think they only made these for, it's either 1 year or 2 year only. I think they went to a different style. But they are exactly the same. It's just the brackets, you can see. They're totally different. Now, this could be for a big block. I don't know. Or maybe you guys know. But yeah, this is it. So I'm just going to swap these brackets over to this one and then reinstall it. But before I do that, I'm going to clean it all up and repaint that. So this one here is leaking. There's a seal that goes around here. It's leaking here. I'm not sure if it's leaking in the back, but that's where it's leaking from. And it just made a total mess. Also, I dropped the nut in a washer in that oil pan, so I got to go in there and retrieve that. So let me go ahead and clean all this up, and we'll start the install. All right, so I have the brackets swapped out. I swapped it over to this side, to the new power steering pump. And I cleaned the grease off the block in the head there and around the timing chain cover, but it's still a little greasy. I'm gonna get the rest of it off, but I noticed that the paint is yellow now because of the fluids, and I guess the heat penetrated and it's yellow. I can't get that off, so I'm gonna go ahead and touch it up with the white paint. I have the paint there, and I have the brushes here. All right, courtesy of Harbor Freight. They were pretty cheap. And I do have the black paint. I'm gonna redo the K-member there because that had a lot of oil on it, a lot of that transmission fluid, and it just, I don't know, it penetrates and it starts to peel off. So I'm gonna clean it really good and repaint that. But damn it, man, there's a problem. I'm sure that someone watching this video noticed it. Can you see it? Can you see the problem here? Yeah. You see how far away this pulley is from here? And how close it is here. This is my original. So the belt is going to be further forward. So what does that mean? It means I have to pull this off anyway. and swap them. And if I'm going to do that, then I may as well just go ahead and rebuild it, because that was the problem I had. Didn't have the proper tools to remove this. So we're back to square one. Oh, what a joke. Anyway, here's what I'm thinking I can do. So if you notice at the bottom, at the crank, I have this pulley here. You see it? It's got 3 grooves for 3 belts. I'm not using the furthest one out because that goes to the AC unit, right? That's where it rode on that side, and it had an idler on one and a tensioner on the other side. And I've never seen that before, but it had it like that on the original 273 small block that was in here. I still have all the brackets for it. I have everything. So I'm thinking maybe the way this is set up, it's set up to ride on the very last belt. I'm going to try it. And then maybe all I have to do is purchase a longer belt. So I'm going to take this off and take it to Napa and see if I can get one maybe a few inches longer. I'm going to try that out, see how that works. So once I put the power steering unit on here, if I see that it lines up with this groove here, I'll do that. If not, I guess I'll be rebuilding the old one, or at least removing this pulley and swapping them out from one side to the other. Anyway, we'll see. So let me scuff this up. Let me clean this up. I want to repaint this. I want to repaint the water pump, heavy cast iron water pump, and repaint the K member and do the install. So I'll be back in a few. Oh my God, I forgot the lights. Sorry about that, folks. I can see it pulsating on camera. All right. See you in a second. All right, so a couple hours later, I forgot where I was with this, but I did go out and purchased a belt slightly longer. We'll see what happens. I'm going to attempt to install it the way it is and see if I can move it over to the next groove here. That may be enough. If it works, I'll leave it alone and wait until I put the air conditioner, the air compressor for the AC back in place, because that's the belt. That's where the belt rides on the very first one there. Okay, so I did paint the side of the block there. As you can see, it's no longer yellow. It's pure white, glossy white again. And yeah, that'll do it. I'm going to empty this out because I don't want to spill it. I don't want to spill the transmission fluid everywhere, maneuvering it in place. So I'm going to empty it out and attempt to install it and see what happens. I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so I got it on there. I did go get a new belt, slightly longer, but it was way too long. So I was able to get the original belt on there. It was a little tight, but I got it on there. And if you can see, it's just ever so slightly off. It's not too bad. I think it'll work. But you can see, I don't know if you can get a clear picture there, but you can see that it's off. It's the power steering pump. It's further back by just enough where you can see that it has a slight angle. But I believe that the V-belt is so deep, the pulleys, that I don't think it's going to fall off, because if you look at the alternator, you can see that this is also off, and that's been like that for what, I don't know, 3 years now, and it's slightly off this way. And that's because I need to make a bigger spacer right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it needs a bigger spacer right here. Maybe I'll get to that over the springtime, but I'm gonna leave it like that for now. and then attempt to rebuild this myself. I guess I'll go online and watch a video on how it's done, rent the tool, and rebuild it. I have the rebuild kit for it. So, but anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope that you guys weren't too bored, but I think it's going to work. We'll find out when we get a little rain, so they can, you know, so the rain will wash all the salt away. I don't want to take this car out with all that salt out there. You know, it is winter time. It's like 20 degrees out there, and just under 65 in here with the heat going. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. You know what else I noticed? This used to have a billet aluminum black anodized center cap right here. It looked like a bullet. I guess it fell off. Well, I'll get another one. Next time I'll put some 3M on there and keep it on there. Alright folks, that's going to do it for this video. I've been out here for a few hours. It's cold out. Have nothing else to do but play in the garage. And play in the garage is what I'm going to do. The next video is going to be me reinstalling the valve body. I still need to swap out this part here, this lever. It's 3.8. I think I mentioned that in the video earlier. So we're going to remove this one, install that new one. We're going to put it all back together. Everything is like new inside. I replaced everything that the original rebuilder, you know, kind of screwed me for. So it's all going back together, and it's going to work just like I wanted it. Should have done it myself the first time. But anyway, come back for that video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Have a good one.